How do we get the media to ask the serious questions of the opposition? How do we get the... The question that needs to be asked for those who are excited about McCain's vice president pick is, how is she different than George Bush?
Well, look, I think that after both conventions, we have a tight race, and the media likes to report on the horse race aspects of things. I think it was Roger Ailes of Fox News who said that the media basically covers four things. They cover polls, scandals, gaffes, and attacks. Those are the four things they cover. And so it's very hard, to get a focus on the issues. Now, the nice thing is we've got 3 debates coming up between myself and John McCain. And we've got 1 vice presidential debate. And I think in those settings, there will be an unfiltered opportunity for the American people to see what people's respective plans are. That will, I think, drive a lot of the coverage towards the last few weeks of the campaign. But I don't try to spend too much time worrying about the refs. I just want to play our game. And the thing that is driving, I believe, this campaign all across the country is a recognition that the country's on the wrong track. Now, you'll recall that originally McCain and the Republicans, their whole plan was to run on John McCain's experience. They've basically junked their whole original strategy, and now what they're trying to do is to say, well, I'm for change too. The problem they're going to have is that on issue after issue, there's no substantive difference. I mean, on tax policy and economic policy, there is no difference between the McCain-Palin ticket and the Bush-Cheney ticket. There's no difference. When it comes to foreign policy, there is no identifiable difference. If anything, McCain has joined Cheney in the more belligerent wing of the Republican Party at a time when Bush is actually trying to pursue somewhat more sensible policies, for example, on Iraq, trying to negotiate a time frame to start pulling our troops out. On health care, John McCain's plan is George Bush's plan. On education, John McCain's education policy is identical to what has been peddled for 30 years, vouchers. So when we are in a debate setting, it is going to be very hard for them to argue that they are offering change. What they will try to say is, well, John McCain is a maverick, and that's the kind of change. I'm going to clean out Washington and be more bipartisan. But as I said before, if your top campaign organization is made up of the biggest corporate lobbyists in Washington, people who were lobbying for the oil companies, lobbying for foreign governments, lobbying for drug and insurance companies, it's very hard to imagine that somehow when you get into the White House, you're going to have an entirely different philosophy.